someone is watching right now, they don't even have maybe like $1,000 in their bank account, and they really want to get into real estate investment.
Yeah.
So what is the best way what is the best route they can take?
So the best route they can take is going to YouTube University. What is YouTube University? Going and consuming, podcasts like this. Look up real estate wholesaling. Consume everything that you can on it and take action. So if you want to take action today, I'm about to give y'all an action plan that if you take action on this, I guarantee you will have a deal in the next 2 to 4 months. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Bro, we ready. I'm ready too, man.
Okay, so when you going around the neighborhood looking for beat up houses.
Hey, what's up, greatness? How you doing? It's your boy, Charles Sleevan, and welcome to What's Up. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers, my fans, my family, everybody, new people, new fans coming to What's Up. We just want to say thank you. We love y'all so much.
Absolutely.
If you've not subscribed yet, please go subscribe, because you don't want to miss out all the great things, all the great people, great guests we're bringing here for you. I love y'all so much. Thank you for your love and your support. Today is a special day. I have my brother, this guy, smart dude, intellectual dude, very hardworking.
Yes, sir.
He got a lot of stuff to unpack for us today, guys.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy to have my brother, Jalen, in the building. What's up, my guy?
What's up, bro? You good?
We're good, fam. What's up, man? What's going on, man?
Nothing much, just
chilling.
chilling.
I'm so happy to have you here today, and thanks for coming. We've been trying to do this for a while, and I know you're a busy dude. You're a busy man. Like,
absolutely.
Well, thanks for coming, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm so happy for you. So what's up? You just got engaged?
Yeah, I just got engaged, I think about 2 weeks ago.
Wow, bro. You about to be a husband or what?
I'm about to be a husband. Yeah, it's a big step, but it's a step for God. It's a step for my family. So I'm ready to take on a challenge and, our relationship to be a beacon for Christ. So that's something I'm excited for.
Bro, give a shout out to your girl, man.
Shout out my baby Tay. You the best.
What's up, Tay?
We about to kill it. We about to kill it. Let's go.
Yeah, congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
I appreciate you.
So, bro, whenever the wedding is dropping, let me know, man.
Absolutely.
I definitely will be there for real.
Definitely.
You feel me?
Let's go.
Yeah. So you do a lot of great things, because I kind of like search you a little bit,
Okay.
do some of my research, and so that you do real estate, you're into Forex trading, and I'm like, you're a young dude, bro. Let's keep it real. You're a young dude. Like, when did you start all this? Like,
great question.
I just want to know.
Yeah, so 17 years old, I got into real estate and trading. How I got into it was a crazy story. One day, me and my pops was at IHOP, right? We was at IHOP chilling. He asked me, like, what do you want to do with your life? And at that point, I was a game addict, like, addicted to the game, a game freak. And I told him, I want to play the game for the rest of my life. Right now that sounds like a good idea, Castanet, all these streamers, like making all this money, right? Sure. Right now that sounds like a good idea, but that was jokingly, I told him that. But in all seriousness, I told him I wanted to do real estate investing. So not even 30 minutes later, bro. We went to Starbucks to get my sister something to drink. And so they go in there, I'm in the car. I hear a knock on the window. I look over, it's my dad. I put the window down, and he like, hey, my friend is teaching his son, my old friend is teaching his son how to do real estate. So it's crazy that 30 minutes before, I just told him I wanted to learn how to do real estate and something with trading and stock. So I go in there, again, his friend is teaching the game, and I don't have a pen. All I have is a Starbucks napkin, right? I'll have a Starbucks napkin. He give me a pen. I'm writing all this game on a napkin. So when God opened the door, you got to walk through it.
Wow.
A lot of people try to unlock a door that God already opened. You just go close it trying to do that. So when God opened that door, I walked through it. And just to give you context, bro, I was working at Jason's Deli for $7.25 an hour, minimum wage, right? So 4 months later, I closed my first deal, $37,000. So let me even break this down. So
at 17?
At 17, the day before my high school prom, right? But hold up, people don't do the math on their finances. If I would have stayed at that job, working $7.25 an hour, it would have took me 2.5 years to make $37,000. So what I tell people is we need to focus on skills versus their money. Because me focusing on the money, I would have stayed at that job because I have to make this money. But I was focused on the skill because again, it took me 4 months when I was making $0 for the ultimate payoff. So a lot of people are so focused on the money rather than focused on the skills. You know, the Bible says wisdom is more valuable than gold and silver.
Yep.
Right? So when you focus on the wisdom, you get the skills that then produce gold easily, right? You know, Solomon, what did he ask God for? He asked God for wisdom. What did he get from that? Fame, money, right? So, you know, I'm on a quest also to just let people know, like, don't focus on money too much, focus on skills, right? So that's kind of how I got started in the real estate investing.
How do you feel like making your first 30-something K?
So, I mean, I feel like $1 million, right? Even though I didn't make $1 million, I felt like it.
Yeah.
Because the day before my high school prom, I'm still in high school making this type of money. And I knew I wasn't going to college. The miseducational, misdirectional system, I wasn't going there. Again, it wasn't for me. So just having that breath of fresh air, because I was like, everybody was forcing me, or the society forces, I feel like, people to feel like college is the way. And you know, college is the way for some people, but it wasn't the way for me. So being forced, having teachers saying I wouldn't be nothing if I don't go to college, peers telling me I wouldn't be nothing not going to college. It was like, hey, like I showed y'all and I'm still in high school. So it was pretty much a breath of fresh air, to say the least.
So real estate. So how did you get into Forex?
So I got into Forex trading, you know, in 2020, you know, the whole MLM thing, you know, multi-level marketing, everybody trying to recruit people. So my brother, he was in the MLM. So he put me on what trading was. But I always saw through the pyramid of trading. What am I talking about? MLM is a pyramid, trying to recruit other people. I was saying, hold up, that's cool, the MLM side cool, but you can print money by, you know, looking at a chart. Like you can literally print money doing that. I want to learn a skill. Because again, like I told you earlier, I understand that wisdom is worth more than gold, right? So that's how I got into trading. So I got into trading at 17 as well. I put real estate on top of trading. So I was really going hard in real estate. So now I'm trying to like balance them out and doing things a little bit different. But that's how I got into both. Both at 17, one through my brother, one through my dad's old friend.
Elder brother?
Yes, sir.
Is he still doing right now?
Yeah, he's still trading.
Wow. So what would you say, what's the most amount you've made in a month trading?
So it was last year I made $50,000 in a month trading.
A month?
In a month. All receipts on my Instagram, man. All receipts on my JALN_, if y'all want to go see.
Do you teach people how to trade?
Absolutely. Yeah, I have a challenge where I teach people how to do trading and real estate. So if anybody wants to, learn, just, follow me, click the link in my bio. It's the Unlock Your Freedom Challenge. If you want to unlock your freedom, just tap in with me and I'll show you how to do it.
What would you say is most of the challenges that people face whenever they want to go through that breakthrough in their life? You want to do something big, but some things kind of like slow you down. What would you say are those challenges that most young folks like you and I face that is making them not to unlock their potentials?
Great question. So one is focusing on the money too much, right? When you're focused on money too much and you prioritize money too much, you lose the very thing you're prioritizing. So you need to focus on skills, because skills pay the bills. When you focus on skills, the bills gonna be paid. But when you focus on the money, then it's gonna be pretty difficult to pay some bills, right? What do I mean by that? Because again, at Jason's Deli, I was making $7.25 an hour. So if I was to focus on, I need to make this money right now versus in the long term, then I would have been putting myself in a scenario. Also, Myron Golden, he said that.
Oh, you know that dude?
Yeah, he'll kill it. He'll kill it.
Yeah, that's my dude.
He talks about the concept of be, do, and have, right? So being is the input of doing,
Mm-hmm.
and doing is the input of having. So a lot of people want to do more and have more, but they never focus on becoming more. Right? It's like the person you tell, hey, go watch that podcast, and you say, nah, bro, I just give me the money.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to become more so they can do more, so they can have more. So everybody's doing 100% of what they already can do, who they currently are.
Yeah.
But in order to have more, you have to do more. In order to do more, you have to become more. So anybody that's trying to elevate themselves, you have to focus on the becoming factor. And when you become more, you can do more. And when you can do more, you can have more. Shout out Myron Golden.
Wow. Bro, you're a good student of Myron Golden, man. That's beautiful. So what would you say have you ever had a challenge, like in terms of like real estate and forex trade? Have you ever like sat down and be like, listen, man, I just don't think I can do this no more. Let me take a break. Have you ever felt that way?
Not necessarily like I can't do it no more, but I had a flip where I lost over $100,000 on.
100,000.
Absolutely. So I can break that down right quick. So pretty much I bought a horrible deal. Like it was worth, after repair value, what it's worth after it fixed up was like, I thought it was like 450, 475, but it ended up being 400. And I bought it for 325. And I put 75K into it. So I'm already break even. So when you put up interest and all of that, it absolutely killed me. So what happened was I was trying to delay my loss too long, and that interest started accruing. So that's $3,000 a month I'm paying out of my pocket, right? So, I got analysis paralysis. Instead of just selling the house, I'm just accruing this interest, trying to think about other avenues, but just take the loss and move on, right? So a lot of people, and even myself, been in situations where you're in a situation where you feel like you can't win. You're in a situation you feel like you can't defeat. And sometimes you get so much in your mind and you focus on lack versus focus on abundance. And it puts you in a worse scenario. What you focus on grows. So honestly, during that time, like I was thinking like, just being transparent, because I'd rather impact people with my failures than impress people with my accomplishments. So the impactfulness of that was what you focus on grows. So at that point I was focused on like, damn, I'm about to go bankrupt. I'm at that point like 200, 250 real estate deals in, and I'm like, dang, like I put all this work in and I feel like I'm starting at step one, right? I had to sell my rental portfolio. I had 8 rentals at that point in time. I was very close to being a millionaire at 21. And that kind of reset me, absolutely, with equity and liquidity. So, that kind of reset me, but God had to teach me a lesson. So it's all about perspective. How are you looking at the situation you in? You either looking at it as a hindrance, or you're looking at it as a test or a lesson.
Yeah.
I was looking at it as, dang, I'm about to lose everything. This not going right for me. Rather than looking at it like God is trying to humble you, Jalen. God is trying to teach you something, Jalen. And I'm glad that he taught me when I was about to be a millionaire versus when I'm worth $10 million, right? Because I'm worth $10 million, that hurt is way worse.
Yep.
And I'm on my way there. So I had to just shift my perspective and focus on abundance versus focusing on lack. So again, anybody in the struggle right now, anybody that's going through something traumatic, you are an overcomer, and it's already done. Keep walking, focus on abundance. Do not get yourself focused on lack. Do not focus on what can go wrong, focus on what can go good, right? Because again, what you focus on grows. So focus on the good, and the good will grow. Focus on the bad, and the bad will grow. You choose.
I'm just, bro, man, you say some deep shit, bro. In all of this, who do you say is your major, that actually impacted you in your life? Who would you say that person is?
person who I would say my pops, my dad.
Why your dad?
Because again, he just instilled principles in me as a kid that I just, can't really falter, as in like understanding who I am because whose I am, because I'm God. Understand I can't lose. Like the only way I'm gonna lose is if I quit. And my last name, my name is Jalen Ewunes, right? It's not that many people with Ewunes. That's how my last name is spelled. Not many people with that last name, so I take it serious. Like I gotta make a mark. If God give me breath in my lungs for an extended amount of time, if he give me grace to do that, then I'm going to make a name for myself. And my dad told me, like, your last name is important, so take it seriously, right? So I understand first that, God is the source.
Yeah.
Forex, real estate is not my source. If that's gone tomorrow, I understand my source is God. And then two is understand that my last name holds weight. And understand I can do it, like he literally told us, you can do anything you put your mind to.
Yeah.
And when you really grasp that, and when you really understand that, you can defeat Goliath. You can move mountains with that faith. So that's pretty much where I got it from my dad.
Man, shout out to your dad, man. I can
Absolutely.
see that, man. Where I come from, they say lions give birth to lions.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I know someone is watching right now. They're like, you're a young, smart, intelligent dude. How are you able to raise money to invest in real estate? Like someone who has no money right now,
great point.
and they really want to get into this real estate investment, how can they get funded for it?
Great question. So
how did you get funded?
Great question. So first you have to have a reputation of doing deals, I would say. Well, I wouldn't even say that. Let me go back a little bit. You have to build relationships. Relationship with people, with realtors, with just build relationships, right? Because when you build relationships and you don't focus on the money, then the money is just a byproduct of having a relationship. So build relationships with people, learn the skill because you don't want to get the money and F their money off, right? So learn the skill and just get good at it. When you get good at it, money gonna follow you, and get good deals because money follows assets.
Yeah.
So when you get a deal like a deal we just closed last week in North Dallas 75240 zip code, it's worth $400,000. We got it for $175,000.
How?
Great question. So through an agent. So networking with agents, we got that deal. Again, networking, building relationships. Relationships run a nation. Relationships are everything. It's not what you know, it's who you know. That's what my pops always told me growing up. So find a good deal. Like if I came to you and said, hey, I got a house that's worth $400,000. I got it for $175,000. You're gonna be begging to give me money. Because if I default on a loan, you just got an amazing deal for cheap. So you win in any scenario, and I already know you, and we got a relationship. Oh, that's, the money, the easy part. I always tell people, money is the easy part. Money is the easy part, but people think money is the hard part. Money is the easy part. The hard part is relationships. The hard part is finding the deal. The hard part is becoming the person that deserves the money. That's the hard part, but the money is the easy part.
You see, I've not answered my question.
Okay.
Someone is like, how did you get money? Because I know that relationships are great, but your first deal, did you save money for it? Did your dad help you, or did you get money from the bank? Did you get a loan from the bank? How did you close your first deal?
Great question. So I did something called real estate wholesaling. Wholesaling.
Wholesaling, okay.
So wholesaling is where you have a contract. So let's say you have a house, for example, my first deal, I got it under contract for $37,000. So $37,000, and we sign a contract like, hey, you're about to sell your house to me for $37,000. Through the contract, I have equitable interest in that home. So I can sell my equitable interest for a fee that we call an assignment fee. So an assignment fee, you don't have to own the home. You don't need a license. You don't need credit. So I sold that home for $37,000 markup and made the difference. So I never owned it. I didn't need a license. I didn't need credit. I just literally sold that home for a fee and made my money. So I didn't need money to get my first deal. I didn't need money to get my first 100 deals because my first 100 deals was just straight wholesaling. So that's how I pretty much got my first deal.
That's, bro, you drop, wait. That's, I heard that stuff before.
Yeah.
That stuff is real?
Absolutely. We're doing,
So,
I think we closed over like 700,000 this year just from wholesaling.
So let me break it down. Let's break it down. So a 5 years old can understand.
Yeah.
So I have a house and you
Okay.
come to me and be like, hey, Charles, you want to sell? I'm like, yeah. So I give you, is it a contract or something?
Yeah, you give me a contract or I'll give you a contract to sign.
Okay.
And
that you can sell it.
Yeah, I can sell my interest in the home.
So, and you can put any amount on top of it.
Any amount. I know people, my biggest deal, wholesale, was 70,000. But I know people who made $250,000. These guys in Arizona I know made $250,000 wholesaling. There's people out there that made 500,000 wholesaling. So if you find a good deal, but again, those were like bigger units. Those were like 30 plus units on that $250,000 property. You can wholesale commercial deals. You can wholesale a lot of properties. So it's like you said, you could put any amount on it, but of course it has to make sense for the buyer.
Sure, definitely.
So if it doesn't make sense for the buyer, like you can't just,
you're losing that.
yeah, like if you got a house worth 400, you're trying to make $1 million on it, you know, forget about it. But if the deal makes sense for the buyer, then they'll pay you whatever to get the deal.
Gosh, man. So what's like your, what has been your greatest loss?
Yeah, so it was at $100,000 on a flip. That's my greatest loss. But my greatest loss was losing my awareness. That's my greatest loss. That was.
Can you explain?
So like I was telling you, people don't have a money problem. They have a strategy problem or an awareness problem, right? Meaning that, again, when I was going through that $100,000 loss didn't have to be a $100,000 loss, but I lost my awareness. I lost my strategy within the loss, right? So, again, people don't have a money problem. They have a strategy problem or an awareness problem. I lost my awareness as focusing on lack. So my awareness shifted to lack when it was supposed to be on abundance. So that was my biggest loss. But your biggest losses are your biggest lessons. Your biggest lessons are your biggest catapults to go to the next level. So again, my biggest loss was losing my awareness. And just to break down, people don't have a money problem. They have a strategy problem. A lot of people, way they make money right now, probably working at Jason's Deli. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that, but that's the wrong strategy.
Yeah.
Right? You walking and you could be riding a bike, or you can be going in the car, or you can be going on an airplane, right? So when I go on the strategy, some people's strategy is working at Jason's Deli. Some people's strategy is doing real estate. Some people's strategy is doing Forex. Some people's strategy is, you know, building a business and exiting that business for hundreds of millions of dollars. So when you change your strategy, when you change the input, which is your strategy, you change your output.
Yeah.
Which is your result.
Yeah, sure. Bro. Bro, you know so much, man, for real.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
Do you read books?
Absolutely. We're like books, if you're not, again, because that becoming factor we talked about earlier, you have to, what are you feeding your spirit? What are you putting in your brain? You know, a lot of people went to college my age, but I know more than them from a practical level because I'm reading books and I'm self-development books. I'm not, you know, learning how to do useless algebra that we will never. I'm just being honest, right? I'm not learning how to do useless algebra. I'm learning how to become a better person.
Yeah.
So I can do more. And then once I do more, I can have more. Right? So I read books. I wake up at 3 a.m. every morning. I'm to trade. I'm feeding myself. I'm, you know, reading or doing a podcast. So I'm very intentional on the person I'm becoming. And I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Again, I had losses. You're going to have losses if you're trying to, you know, do something great, but you can't let the losses define you. And you got to use it as a catapult, right? So, you know, it's just reading, doing podcasts, being in the field. The best way you go learn is by doing. It's gonna be hard to learn by reading the book. So I'm gonna read a book and implement, right? So then, okay, I'm gonna lose 100K on a flip, but guess what? Since that 100K flip, I made over $300,000, $400,000 after losing that, applying those same principles that I lost by to win by, right? So use your losses as a catapult for your wins. It's that simple, and you don't let your losses define you. Because at that point in time, again, it was hard. Like, I'm not gonna talk like it wasn't, because I put so much work in, and I sell my rental portfolio. I'm this close to being a millionaire, and I have to start from ground zero. A lot of people say it's easier the second time. I could, that's debatable. Because once you go from broke to having money to back broke, then that's a mental battle. Doing whatever you want. Like, I bought a Benz, living in downtown, the 25th floor. Then I have to, downgrade my lifestyle a little bit. But like my pops always told me, sometimes you got to go back to go forward. Yeah. Like a slingshot. You got to pull that thing, or a bow and arrow. You got to pull that thing back.
Your dad,
so you can go forward.
Great stuff.
He do.
Have you ever taken a loan from the bank to start up a business?
Never a loan from the bank.
Bro, wait. Are you kidding me?
So I took a loan for a rental property before. So rentals are necessarily kind of a business per se, but never to like, okay, I'm taking a loan for funding to like start a real estate company. I've never done that. Typically, I raise all private money. So I've raised private money to start, businesses or catapult my business, but never from a bank.
But you just said at 17, you were working you were making $7.25 an hour. How are you able to do that?
What you mean?
How are you able to raise money?
So again, I had the relationships, and this is like
because the reason I'm asking is I'm just being factual here, because people are watching
for sure,
and I hear people say stuff, but the real work they're not saying it. They're just telling you go do this, go make money, but they're not really. This is life, Because I want people to watch this and go put this into work. If Jalen can do it, I can do it.
Absolutely.
So like because you said something about the wholesale stuff, that is very smart. Right now, it's just running through my head, right? So that I've picked something right now. So someone is watching right now. They don't even have maybe like $1,000 in their bank account, and they really want to get into real estate investment.
Yeah.
So what is the best way what is the best route they can take?
So the best route they can take is going to YouTube University. What is YouTube University? Going and consuming, podcasts like this. Look up real estate wholesaling. Consume everything that you can on it and take action. So if you want to take action today, I'm about to give y'all an action plan that if you take action on this, I guarantee you will have a deal in the next 2 to 4 months. You ready?
Yeah.
You think they're ready for this?
Bro, we ready. I'm ready too, man.
Okay, so when you going around the neighborhood looking for beat up houses, distressed homes, because in real estate wholesaling, your money is made in distress. It could be physical distress of a home, like the roof is messed up, or it's an AC unit, or the grass is high. They're not taking care of the home. If they're not taking care of the home, that is a visible sign of distress. Something is wrong with the home. So that homeowner may need help. So you make money helping people. So again, look for distress, and what you want to do, you can go on dealmachine.com. Deal Machine is where you could write down an address or write the property down on a piece of paper, and also put a sticky note on their door saying, hey, my name is Jalen, and I want to buy your house for cash and close in 2 weeks. And put that sticky note on their door. So my business partner, Tyson, he got a deal in 2 weeks doing this. 2 weeks. Just putting sticky notes on people's door and they call it driving for dollars. Driving for dollars. And also when you drive for dollars, put the sticky note on their door. So if they go and walk up to the door, it's like, what is this? Right? And they already need help, they're gonna call you ASAP. So I think, that is the fast way to get a deal if you have no money. YouTube University grind, and also, drive around and put sticky notes on people's door and you will get a call. And don't do that for just a week. Don't do that just for 2 weeks. Do that for months, right? Because, you know, my partner Tyson got a deal in 2 weeks, but it could take you 6 months.
Yes, sure.
So you have to be consistent and understand, like, this is a journey. So that's why I tell anybody, like, an actionable step after watching this podcast. How can you start real estate wholesaling ASAP? And then, you know, follow Charles, subscribe, and then, you know, subscribe to my YouTube, JayAllin, JAYALLIN _ I put out content every week on, you know, motivate. I'm a motivational speaker in the making.
You are. You are. It's not even in the making. You
Appreciate
are, bro.
you. Appreciate you. I drop real estate content all the time. So that's my steps. Like, if you do that, hold me to my word. You'll get a deal in 3 to 6 months. It may be a week, it may be 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, but you will get a deal.
You get a deal, right? You get a deal. Beat up homes.
Yeah.
But you need money to like renovate, fix stuff so you can sell it back. So that dude now, where does he get the money from?
So you never need the money, right? Because you're selling that contract.
Okay.
So you never own it. So you're selling that contract. So at closing, I assign my rights to you and you close on the home, and I get paid an assignment fee for assigning my equitable interest to you. So I'll get paid $20, $30, $40,000, 10, 5, you know, it can range from zero to, you know, limitless, but I get paid to assign my rights to you. So again, you don't need money. You don't need any lights. You don't need credit. You need to become the person who deserves to have it and put in the work. That's all it is.
My guy,
man.
wow.
That's all it is.
Appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that. So let's go to Forex right
Yeah.
now. How is Forex like? Who can really get into Forex? Do you need any technical skills or any, I know you need training. So what are those trainings you need to get into Forex?
I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but in Forex, it's the same principle. Like, a lot of people focus on technical analysis, but you need to focus on psychology. You know, how are you thinking? What is your mental framework when you're trading? What is your belief system, right? One of my mentors, Mark Douglas, you know, he's dead and gone now. God rest his soul. But he said something, and it's gonna, you know, just bear with me. He breaks down his story, how somebody was on the street saying, hey, I have free money. And nobody was taking that free money because they thought it was fake. Because nobody believes free money exists.
Yeah.
So he was really trying to give out money, but because they didn't believe that was possible, everybody was walking past him. So I'm saying that to say, you have to become more, you have to believe, you have to change your belief system, you have to change your psychology to be a good trader. So it's a very deep rabbit hole I can go in, but when you become more, again, you can do more. When you do more, you can have more. And then also, you know, tap in with me. I have an Unlock Your Freedom Challenge, so where you can get into trading ASAP, and I teach you my exact strategy. I'll teach people exactly how I'm trading.
So all we just need to do is copy and paste what you're doing. Just
copy and paste. You know, we on calls at 3 a.m. 2-3 times a week. You know that. You know, some people can't handle that, and I understand. I ain't trying to get you to handle that, but if you want to get to the next level, then
gotta do some sacrifice.
Sacrifice, and you know, become more than what you need to do.
Wow. Where do you get your inspiration from, bro?
I mean, God, the Bible.
You read the Bible a lot?
I read the Bible. I need to read it more, just being honest, but also faith comes by hearing. That's what the Bible says. So I listen to a lot of other people.
The church dude. Yeah, church dude, bro. You go to church?
Not really, honestly. I think,
but you have a relationship with God.
Absolutely. And then, you know, biblically, church is 2 or more people in the presence of God. So, you know, right now it could be considered in a church, right? Church. So I think people need to understand what, you know, like, I think people try to put Christianity in a religious sector.
Yep.
And don't put it like, the Bible's not a book on religion.
Okay. Nice you've said a lot of great things, and I want
Appreciate
to ask you this question.
Okay.
What do you think is the most greatest asset you need to have before you start a business? Is it finance? Is it network? Is it knowledge? Is it skills? What do you think is the most greatest asset you need to have before you get into a business?
Great question on mindset.
Mindset.
You gotta have the right mindset, because like you can give $1 million to an unskilled person and $0 to a skilled person. And the skilled person will have more money in a year than the unskilled person. Because the mindset, because the skills, because that person that was skilled didn't focus on the money to get skilled. They had to focus on the skills to get skilled.
Wow.
Right? So mindset is the biggest thing. What do you put in your spirit? What's your environment that you're in? And when you understand that, everything else is easy. Money is the easy part. You do not have a money problem, you have a strategy problem. You have an awareness problem, you have a mindset problem. You don't have a money problem. Money is easy. It's easy to make a bag.
Wow. Bro, I want to say thank you, man.
I thank you.
I've learned a lot. Like, personally, I will definitely watch this podcast a million times. You're a smart dude. I never knew you had a lot of greatness in you, man. Just seeing you, I was like, okay, well, he's coming so we can have a talk. But I just want to say thanks for coming, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Where can they find you?
So JayAllin, JayAllin _ on Instagram, YouTube. I'm early in my journey now. But when y'all see me 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I will be doing greater things through God who strengthens me, right? So, and it's all glory to God. Shout out God, shout out my pop, shout out my fiance, shout out to you, brother, for having this amazing podcast.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that's how y'all can find me.
Thank you, man. Guys, I want to say thank you so much for waiting to the end of this session. Stay great. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe, guys, man.
Absolutely.
I love you. I will see you again. I'll bring Jalen again for more greater things. Stay blessed. I will love you guys. Stay blessed.
Let's go.